Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is hopefully going to explain a bit more about why we end up feeling so confused around a narcissist. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers. If you are new to the channel, this channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the things you might have been through throughout your life, how to handle those people if you cannot go no contact. It is on a spectrum, so with some you can limit your time around them, with others we don't always have a choice and we cannot go no contact. And it's also to find different methods to find the ways that works for you to help recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, then please do subscribe. So why do we end up so confused around a narcissist? Time spent around narcissistic people can leave us feeling anxious, full of self-blame and self-doubt, heartbroken with CPTSD, to name a few. It can wipe out our old belief system to the point where we no longer know who we are or what to believe in, feeling lost and overwhelmed, not trusting in our own judgment. The internal conflicts we have from being around a narcissist without realising what's happening, between their admiration-seeking face and their envious-seeking face, between those Jekyll and Hyde characters the narcissist shows you to sell you an illusion of an ideal while we catch a glimpse of their shadow side, which they project into us and gaslight us into no longer knowing what to think. It can be crippling for your sanity, draining emotionally, physically and mentally. So what is cognitive dissonance? This is a state of mind where your beliefs or opinions don't match up with attitudes or behaviours, where your reality no longer matches your beliefs, or you're looking for ways to match them up, or you're living two different realities. When the narcissist's future faking words don't match their actions, when their gaslighting stories gets you questioning your own actions, and your memories are no longer what you believe to have happened due to their broken promises. So how do they do this? You meet them and they love bomb you through various ways. If you like movies, you'll go to the movies. Long conversations. If you'd like marriage and children, they'll make all those plans with you. If you don't want those things, neither do they. They message you, call you, be there for you. Then at some point, it all starts to slow down. All you get is some half-truths. I went to watch that for you. I don't really like that. Or I would have if you hadn't. Conversations turn into them talking all about themselves and they're no longer interested in you. They guilt trip you and say things like, "You don't do this for me. After all I've done for you. If you loved me, you would." Those silent treatments, they will project all their faults onto you. You then blame yourself, beg, plead, apologise, change to suit them, and the nice narcissist returns, making your mind believe that you are the one at fault. They are all those nice things, only for it to cycle back round to them showing you their true colours, leaving you a little more confused each and every time, slowly losing who you are, slowly losing your reality, and slowly losing, feeling like you're losing your mind. They'll then call you crazy or say you need help. They reinforce the fact that you feel like you're going crazy within your own mind, when in actual fact, it's what they do to you that's making you feel that way. Gaslighting is one of the more common forms of a narcissist manipulation, yet when we are unaware of what this is, it's difficult to see what's happening to us while it is happening. However, with more awareness, once we know, we can see it a mile away. We can spot it a mile away. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation to distort someone's reality, to make someone doubt themselves and reality so much that they feel like they're going crazy, often by the very person who's sending them that way. When you're feeling anxious, confused and drained, and then you've got a narcissist saying you're crazy, we do doubt ourselves and we do doubt reality. Their gaslighting starts at the beginning, starting that cognitive dissonance within our mind. They learn who we are and what we like and dislike, what our beliefs are. They start by showing us the reality that matches us in every way, creating that emotional bond to love and care for them. They mirror us and sell it back to us so we feel understood by them. We share the same interests as them, have lived similar experiences to them, share the same beliefs, values, and feel completely at ease with them. There's long conversations with them at the beginning where they learn all about us and collect the data they will one day use against us. We feel like we can be vulnerable around them, opening up to them, not realising any past wounds we have. They're going to tear right open and use the things that hurt us the most to hurt us the most. In the beginning, their arrogance can come across as confidence. We can admire them, compliment them as they lap up the attention. As we feel so in tune with them, we care for their opinions, whether we ask them for advice or not. We have that emotional connection. We care for them and we care for what they think and feel, believing they do us. With their lack of object consistency, meaning if there is anger, disagreement, distance, conflict, and with their lack of empathy, they don't care in the same way we do and they switch off. They can hurt us if they feel criticism and then simply walk away. Once you've fallen in love, they then begin to use it all against you in many ways. There are a few ways they use cognitive dissonance against us. They might not know they're causing cognitive dissonance, just like we don't realise we are in cognitive dissonance. As at first they show you the reality and you lived that reality, whether they were selling you an illusion or not, you lived that moment and that reality matched your beliefs. When they believed their needs were not being met, they gaslight, devalue. As we care for them and their opinions, we took to them for communication to receive those silent treatments, causing more confusion and more pain within our own minds. They might provoke us into stepping out of character and reacting, so we feel guilt and work harder to please them. They project any mistakes, flaws, weaknesses in them onto us. They pass all the blame for anything wrong within their lives onto those around them, and any problems with our life, they also blame us, offering no support or no help. So we believe that we did wrong. Then they'll show you that false reality that matches your own beliefs. So you think, in fact, it was you that did something wrong. Your mind becomes torn between the fundamental truth, the alternate reality they are gaslighting you with to cover up their bad behaviour towards you. Then they'll offer those intermittent reinforcements of their ideal future faking, to give us the hope that if we do right by them, they'll do right by us. Because of all the above treatment towards us, it causes a state of confusion within our own mind as we fight the actual reality of who they are with the false truth of who they pretend themselves to be that matches who we thought they were and would like them to be, believing we're at fault. So our mind will then downplay their behaviour towards us. The narcissist will also gaslight with "that never happened." They will downplay their toxic behaviour and exaggerate any of ours, real or not. You're left in a trance with your mindset not matching, not trusting perceptions, people, and your own self, your own judgment. As you are holding two or more contradictory beliefs or realities at the same time, it leaves you in a state of confusion and often with anxiety, which they will use to gaslight you even more. They'll say things like, "Look at the state of you," and "I told you last week, you're insecure, you're paranoid," which when you're already full of self-doubt, and we care for their opinions, those words reinforce this reality within us, this false reality within us. As their opinions of you matter from the beginning, when you felt so understood by them, you continually look for a reality check. Yet mostly if you've been isolated, that reality check is coming from the very person who's trying to sink you. They'll happily watch your head go under the water to offer you a hand to raise you, just to sink you all over again. When it comes to a narcissistic person, because we are struggling with the symptoms they are telling us we have, not realising that it's those gaslighting, manipulative methods that the narcissist uses that's causing those symptoms within us, we look to them for help and support. We believe the reality they're telling us when it's not the reality that we need to live. It's not easy breaking free from a narcissistic relationship. It is, however, worth it. As you experience cognitive dissonance, it makes your mind hold on to two or more beliefs, realities, ideas, or values. It causes a hazy memory, brain fog. That fog also appears from the narcissist using fear, obligation, and guilt to coercively control you. When you start to see facts and the truth, yet it's not matching those beliefs, people can find a reason or an excuse. Our minds are incredible at finding a reason or an excuse to relieve us from the discomfort within our own minds, making incidents seem not as bad as they were, with a narcissist telling us as well that it wasn't that bad. This reinforces our mind that's trying to almost look for the easy way out, unwittingly looking for trying to help us not feel the pain, not realising that we are actually leading ourselves to further pain. We end up blaming ourselves. The psychological abuse received in this way by a narcissist leaves us confused, full of heartache, with mixed feelings of betrayal, and we feel like we are to blame. The gaslighting they use against us, that psychological manipulation where the narcissist plants seeds of self-doubt within our own mind, making us question our own memories, our own perceptions, and our own sanity, which results in us having that cognitive dissonance, leaving us often feeling confused, isolated, and still going to the narcissist for reality checks while they slowly take more power and control over us. Our minds can then unwittingly self-harm us, trying to remove this cognitive dissonance by twisting our own truth, as well as words coming from a narcissist to help us twist that truth. The reality feels too uncomfortable to bear, so our minds will twist it, not knowing we are running away from the truth and running away from pain, causing us further pain. It makes us feel worse. It's the mind's way of protecting itself from pain temporarily, yet long term it causes more pain. Our minds find ways to eliminate facts we don't want to accept, creating dissonance. We can go through evasion, where we are avoiding what we don't want to know, creating a sense of denial within our minds, creating that dissonance. And a narcissist will be doing all they can to distract us from their behaviour, making it easier for our minds to turn to evasion, seeking validation, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, that validation we find is often from the narcissist, which will only end up reinforcing our invalidation of ourselves. So what can you do? Healthy ways to reduce cognitive dissonance and get your mind back on track and working on you. Write it all out. Keep a written diary. Write down the reality and the facts precisely as they are, no matter how painful. You might need to find support while you do this. Facing that pain and stepping over that pain will, in the end, free your mind from the pain it's suffering now. Every time your brain tries to tell you a more straightforward story, read the truth out until you've got reality in your mind and you can naturally begin to leave it in the past. Speak with trusted people, those who will relate to you, let you know your thoughts are real, your thoughts are healthy, why it's happening, and that it's okay to think how you do. And finding your vulnerabilities, owning up to your own vulnerabilities and weaknesses, and no longer being ashamed of them. People have vulnerabilities, people have weaknesses, people make mistakes. It's how we learn, it's a part of life. So owning our own vulnerabilities, weaknesses and mistakes so that other people can no longer use them against us. When your beliefs and reality don't match, it helps to understand what your beliefs are and recognise the reality isn't matching it. So learning your values, learning your beliefs, learning your morals, learning the behaviour you will and will no longer accept from people. And one way to do this is how you treat people. That is the behaviour you accept from other people. How you wouldn't treat another person. That is not the behaviour you accept from other people. So when meeting new people, know your boundaries, know your worth, know your standards, and don't accept anything less from those people. The bitterness of lowering our standards, that pain, that bitterness lasts longer than the sweetness of letting go of people that underestimate our worth. When it comes to meeting new people or being around people, yes, people make mistakes, and although, yes, we can forgive people for a mistake, we need to then be aware that we are entering a danger zone. And if they repeat that mistake or make another mistake that's hurtful towards us, it's time to release that person and let them go their merry way without dragging us into their games. Because once we forgive one mistake, if we then forgive two, we end up forgiving hundreds. So yes, we can always forgive one. After that, we don't give second, third, fourth, fifth chances. Other ways, change your beliefs. This can be hard, especially if it's important to you, but finding the beliefs that truly matter to you. Our beliefs are often programmed into us by our parents, and if we had narcissistic parents, this can also be extremely confusing. So finding your beliefs that suit you. Changing the situation you're in. Again, this can be hard. If you are with a narcissist, this is not easy getting out. It is worth getting out. So finding a safe route out. If the reality of the situation isn't matching your beliefs, find a way out of the situation. Leave it behind. It's not working for you. It's working against you. Changing your actions. Whatever it is may have caused you feelings of guilt, pain, fear. Step into those and work through them. Acknowledge them. Don't run from them. If you run from things, you don't heal. When we run, we don't heal. We have to face the temporary pain so that we can have long-term happy and joyful gains. Our mind is very good at locking pain away, and then when we are doing something, a smell, a taste, any form of trigger can trigger that painful memory, which is why we do need to work through the trigger so we can recognise what causes us pain and let it go and leave it in the past. Becoming more mindful by keeping a written diary, exercising, reading and learning new things, talking with others, meditation, yoga, becoming mindful of our own thoughts, our own feelings, listening to our emotions. We are emotional. We have emotions. We have feelings. They are there to guide us, to help us listen to our instincts, to listen to our intuition and follow our intuition. When we go against our intuition, we often end up in pain. Keep a track of your beliefs. If you need to change them, change them. If you don't. You can, if you need to change something in your life that's not matching your beliefs, you can change it. If you don't want to, you don't. You will have often changed them time and time again for a narcissist. So now it's time to take back control of those beliefs for you. What do you genuinely believe in? What do you genuinely want out of your life? What things are you passionate about? What things do you care about? What do you class as right from wrong? And stick to those beliefs for you. You wouldn't do something, we can go to the point of, well, we don't do it, but we can accept that other people do, or we may have done it in the past, so we can accept that other people do. You're allowed to create that list of, well, actually, no, good for you, that's your life, and if that's how you want to live it, then you go and live it, but that is not for me. And you are allowed to walk away from people who do simple things like this without judging them for it, especially if you've done it in the past, without judging them for it. But you are allowed to not get involved with people who don't match your beliefs, your standards, your morals, not to be judgmental, not to be hurtful, but to protect yourself. If anyone has any advice on how they helped clear their mind from cognitive dissonance, from the confusion, from the brain fog, please do add that into the comments. Sometimes talking does help, and talking with the right people can help. So I shall add the sponsored link to BetterHelp in the description. I shall also add the online courses. Please remember, these are just guidelines. There's the Break Free from Narcissistic Abuse, which gives you all the information you need, but you have to implement that information. There's a free course to help for the first 30 days of breaking free, one to help understanding and overcome trauma bond anxiety, one that's basically all about the narcissist personality disorder, and one how to co-parent with someone who just wants to counter-parent. She'll also add the videos on how a narcissist invalidates you, CPTSD and love bombing to give you more, hopefully give you more understanding of those. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope everyone has an amazing day. Bye.